There we go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Holiday week. What's going on, everyone? Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Kwanzaa. All of the holidays that you want to squeeze into the next few weeks. Hope you enjoy this time. Markets aren't enjoying this time, but I am. And we've got a lot to discuss. Let's get right to it. Big shout out to the chat. What's going on, everyone in the chat? Thanks for showing up on your holiday week. Great to see everybody in here. And yeah, we're here Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thursday's giveaway Thursday, so 12 noon Eastern. Come on back. Anybody that won last week, you just got to send Miss Stephanie a note on the Discord. Take care of that. We might be a little bit slow in responding over the holidays, but the books and the memberships aren't too bad to get out. If you have any questions, hit up a mod on the Discord. Again, everyone, especially new people, please go to harmonictrader.com and register now. Everything is free. Everything you need to get started is free of that basic sign up right there, including the software. Just to let everybody know, the freebie with the gold membership and the software is I'm gonna dial that back just to make it easier. So this will be the last few weeks where you can get gold membership for a month and check out what that's all about. But everything starts on the basic members page. If you have questions, you can email me or hit us up in the Discord. But including the basic membership page, on the basic membership page is all the info and Discord link down below. Number 4, right here. Thank you. And don't forget the harmonic pattern cheat sheet. Oh, let me go back there. A lot of people asking me where that was. That's number 5 on the basic members page, and check it out. I mean, really cool. Let me know. You guys did a great job. We've got that new. We're going to have to get I'll have to talk to the mods. When are we going to post the advanced cheat sheet? Especially with what we did last Saturday. And I really am thinking about maybe doing more Saturday style stuff. Maybe not as long, but intensive, advanced. A lot of things we can talk about on, individual type 1, type 2, and a lot of the HSI things that we've been really getting into. But for everybody, because it's going to be a slow week, why not start with crypto and get it out of the way? Okay. Top 5. Let's go right to it. Top 5 and get into it. Look, crypto is in trouble. I'm going to say it right now. Crypto is in trouble. You've got major issues where this is just grinding lower. There's nothing here. I don't know why anyone would be initiating new longs. Ethereum, since that weekly HSI, it's, again, just that capped it. Nothing above that, and we know the daily situation is about to fail the type 2 Gartley, if I can get that chart right. A whole bunch of, look, this behavior we've seen even just on the big crab pattern, and we have a secondary confirmation on Ethereum. I know people are trying to be contrarian. I've been mentioning this. It's just not there. It's just not there. Look, if crypto is going to be a crazy opportunity, I think it's going to be at the unthinkable levels. Okay, essentially, a lot of these are going to have to go out of business. And what do we know about the big patterns? Well, if you're going to fail XA level with confirmation, here's a regular crab pattern. We fail these lows, and that's 1080. There's nothing down here except for make a run at the hop. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is, and I hope I'm wrong. So everyone needs to forget about what happened this past year. Can we all do that? Can we forgive ourselves for the bad trades and the bag holding and everything that the mistakes that we made, that we got rewarded for a year ago? And let's move on. And let's get ready for this reality. Full hop tests across the board, especially with the real garbage that's gone on your daily time frame with Ethereum. There you go. There's the little Gartley we've been chasing inside the big zone. Forget about it. I would even venture to say 958 in the next 2 weeks. Before the end of the year, 958 Ethereum. Okay? Now, where is the real opportunity going to be on Ethereum? It's been respecting HSI, and when it fails, it's nasty. Clearly, the last bearish weekly Ethereum has been, holding. But look, I've been wondering about Bitcoin, Ethereum for a while. Overstayed my welcome flat out on a few coins that were pretty dumb. But all in all, I'm much better for my crypto experience over the last 2 years. Probably wouldn't even been in it that much if it wasn't for Mitch Ray and his crew. And it was a fun speculative run, but that's over. And that's okay. What's next year going to be? Probably washout phase. And I think it's going to be easy in hindsight, but I'm going to highlight a few things that I want people to consider for crypto. And I want this to be kind of like the definitive 2022 discussion on crypto harmonically. That your 886 minimums, we all know what that is. It's a real simple retracement. Okay. For Ethereum, all-time 886, I mean all-time, still remains at, where'd you go? 886. It's like, look, that's around 500. The all-time move, the other move that we were saying was even off the 2021 is 680. I think these are, I think just we're expecting this to break down. And yeah, 680, right about there. 650, something like that. Doink. 620. And these are minimum. And here's the thing I want. What will happen is we'll get a big fat bat pattern that will look like this one did. But what happened in the last cycle? And we'll go to Bitcoin's charts as well. That until that happened, and for Ethereum and Bitcoin, you were just down. It was like we are now. And then you took a year sideways or more. And that's probably what's going to happen here. Just let's pull in the harmonic metrics. Let's assume we're going to get the all-time bat pattern that's going to retest. And again, it's 600 minimum. I don't want anyone to kid themselves. The measured move, the all-time 886 is around 620. All right. That's what you want to play for. And then play for, don't be surprised to see this not do anything for 6 months to a year. And I don't think that's crazy. I really don't think that's crazy that we consider this whole thing just an even bell-shaped distribution curve. That's what it is. And we've got to retest deeper. What's going on here, even with this Gartley that we have been, I mean, where'd you go? Where's that other Gartley? I just had it. 1 second. There you go. Here's the Gartley. Again, the fact that the Gartley's not on every chart, just on Bitstamp and a few others, but this is what we've been following, still says it's a type 2, and we know that it fails underneath 1,060, 1,080. We're already back under 1225, which I said all along. If you come back and retest 1225, that's not what a type 2 does. So Check that out. Hey, Colby's asking for the Discord link. I think it's in the, if one of you guys could post the Discord link, and oh, there you go. Thank you, Swooping Hawk. Shout out to you. Miss Stephanie, Santiago, Mark, Scotty, Evan, everybody else. David, what's happening? Dustin, what's going on? Looking forward to catching up with you too, for sure. But this is, let's just get real super definitive on crypto, what it is, what it's doing. You're in a major breakdown crash phase, and you're failing bullish patterns that once they do fail, and again, automatic failure, official failure under these lows, violate the hop at 958, look 600's the next stop with the possibility of doing much larger damage. There's nothing here in Ethereum. Okay. And in the same way, our number 2, which I think is now going to be number 1, Binance Coin. Okay, folks. Binance Coin. Let me hear it in the chat. 228. Who's been here all along on Binance Coin, where we identified the garbage manipulation and said it's all about the bat pattern at around 300, 330 tops. And then we said target 228, which is the bat pattern back here. Sorry. And let me fix this. This was just last week. Let me just take off the ABCD. Hold on. There it is. All right, I'll remove the ABCD. Oh, and it was a shark up there too, but we've been going off this bat pattern. Just remove the shark. There you go. So 228.49 just got hit. I mean, listen, this is what I was talking about last week. And I even ran a clip on it on Twitter. 228.49. That's the first stop for this type 2. Although I still think this has got more to go, because I think Binance Coins, like the rest of them, have nothing but more market cap to lose. These are liquidation phases. Binance Coin has an HSI that triggered on the daily. I mean, everything textbook what we'd want to see, but minimum check back 240 and probably lower, and then 2 more bullish days. That's all from the Saturday seminar. But until then, this thing is still down immediately. But 228.49, that was amazing harmonic action. Okay, in the flesh. The weekly on Binance Coin, I don't have really much here hope for it, other than you go back and come back and just maybe it's one of the last ones that does it. But and you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but 886, 85 and change. Why am I saying that? Because even on Binance Coin, let's just, from the harmonic measures, like just the arrows, let's just respect the arrows. Bearish, bullish, and until I see another bullish HSI, or even come back and retest that signal from June, which is 207, there's nothing here. You're in a downtrend is what you are. That's what's there. HSIs like this. Again, that's our harmonic proprietary indicator. And loves to go from extreme to extreme. That's how we treat it. Link it up with, say, amplified RSI heading down lower under the 50. There is just zero here, except for maybe 5 or 1 minute. Go to 1 hour charts and look for bearish HSI, bearish patterns. What about 5 minute? Type 1, failed type 2. Amazing. This is what I mean by automatic with this kind of stuff. 5-minute hop, 245 to 249, and then just gets rejected. That's another sign right there on a 5-minute basis where your bullish patterns are failing. That's not continuing. And if anything, looks like a triple top head and shoulder, triple top right there on the, like this. Yikes. This is going to be the one I think that brings down Bitcoin and then down. I think Binance Coin will be the next brokerage coin that brings problems to the larger market cap. That's number 2, but I think that should be number 1. And I think it should be number 1 for what the larger possibility of your short is. And that's violating 228. The low is 220. You break it down, you're $80. 80. All-time 886. Let's measure it. And that's all we're really doing here. I mean, I'm throwing levels, but these levels are just measurements. Okay, I'm not giving you financial advice. What I'm giving you are measurements. Where's the bell-shaped distribution curve end at the 88.6% retracement? You know, that's 90, 80 or 90 all time. That's where we go. And you're just not there yet. It's going to take a little time, but again, this is where your ability to see that materialize, what to look for, is why you get paid. It's not there yet. It's not going to be obvious until it breaks probably these lows under 185, but there is 0 down there. Okay. What's number 3? Bitcoin. Nothing but lower. And here is what I think. With this pattern and the way this is acting, your last HSI signal was bearish. We've done nothing, and 19.4 was the last whatever. You guys know that the weekly time frame 886 is that's at 11.8, 11,000. But I'm saying that relative to the pattern here, your hop is 8,700. These are possibilities. Yeah, I don't believe in FUD. I hear you on the comment. BNB FUD may not be FUD. New York Leagues is saying that. And again, I think with all of crypto, you want this to come out now. All right, and you want this to capitulate and get super ugly fast, and I think that's going to happen at unthinkable levels. That's why I think Ethereum at 600, if you really believed in Ethereum or Bitcoin, and there's people out there just really putting themselves on the line saying, yeah, I believe in crypto, I believe in Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's 17,000 or 16.5 with all the derivative products much lower, discounted. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is, the discount that's trading at is ridiculous. And the clear components of liquidity are drying up. When you get like that, and with the patterns that we have, the overspill is likely to the hop level. And so I've been saying 11.8 forever. I think 8,700 would be a catastrophe scenario for Bitcoin. And then you could start thinking about saying, is that a real bargain? Until then, it's not a bargain. Santiago's saying there's a shark on the weekly around 7,400. Probably. I know what you're saying. Essentially, what is this 1618? Because is that becoming a reality? Is this just a big 1618 swing? I mean, off of this big move, there's a couple of ways to draw it, but I mean, if that's a massive 1618, that's 3,200. I don't want to just, FUD out numbers. But I will say that I think we're all exasperated with even looking at it. That's why I don't want to give it as much attention as maybe I did 6 months ago. Now, if you're really a believer in crypto, the bargains are much lower. They're much lower than where we are now. And if I missed it, TS. Okay, number 4, Doge. What did we say? Coming back. Coming back. Look what it did. Came back. And it was this big bat pattern. You had, remember the crab and everything at 10.8. Now you're back at the bat. And now you have a deep crab. That's a 4-hour chart. We've been printing some patterns. Terminal bar 7.4. Look what you do. You printed another bearish HSI. I don't know whether these are going to print bearish HSIs, but what that means, when you see a counter trend HSI, bullish zone, beautiful pattern, but then it just is a nominal bounce and prints an HSI, checks back perfectly and rolls back down, that tells me this is strong, this is incredibly weak. The individual action, and it matters, and price bar relative to the past is so weak that it's going to have to go lower and generate another HSI signal before I would consider that a bargain or anything to look at. If I saw the Binance interview, this is Dave saying it's not FUD, ain't FUD. Listen carefully to the way CZ answers questions. These guys are a lot smarter than me in crypto. I want to understand what are the price possibilities. If it was going to be a real bargain, what level would that be? And I think it's much lower. I think it's much lower. I mean, Doge is checking back right now at a couple of prior oversold HSI signals around 7, 7.3, 7.5. You still need to check back today and 2 more bullish days before that's anything. Number 5 was Solana because we were on death watch. Sorry, don't mean to make light of it, but seriously. Why? Because massive deep crab, but this is so weak here, it prints an overbought HSI deep in the zone. Hop level 238, folks. If I'm going to follow this software, which I am and I do, that's what it tells me. Like, I wouldn't consider that an opportunity, and I take away all the story, all the narrative, everything. I wouldn't even look at this until, all right, maybe generate HSI somewhere in here. But I'm just going to go off the software and look at HSI. If I'm dependent on these signals, which I am, to give me where the extremes are happening, I would say that's still pushing it lower. And I'm like the rest of these. They're pushing large, deep zones that have hop levels that the way the patterns have been working out, especially when you get such garbage action. It's like it's not confirmation, anti-confirmation. It's invalidation. That what are the levels that it prints? 1206. Well, you're back there at a heartbeat from 14. Hop level 238. Okay. Mark this day, December 19. And here we go again. Here we go again. We're going back to the December 21 winter solstice. Make the crypto low. I'm just saying it. How many times have we noticed that? Summer solstice, spring solstice, temporary lows, temporary inflection, but it seems to like to sell off into these dates. I don't know why. Maybe all those nerds at FTX are into astrology. I don't know. and just hitting the button until you get to the exact solstice time. But that's where we're at. We're dropping hard. Solana gone. Now, a quick couple of highlights, and I want to get out of here. Cardano, goodbye. Goodbye. Like, goodbye. Cardano, we talked about that, why it was so nasty under 37. Now deep crab. And I said this also of that even if this low had to yield a divergence, like some kind of 1618 deep crab, something like that, it puts you at 20 cents. We've been saying that for a while. 1902.14, I think 10 cents. 10 cents. I mean, forget it. There's nothing. That's zero. The deep crab here, 20. It's happening now too. This could be literally we've got 10 more days to the end of the year. I'm talking the next 10 days this happens, if not 3. Cardano goes to 20 cents, under 20 cents, and by the 21st, easy. It's happening now, folks. Couple other ones. Chili's, remember that? Look where we're at. All the way back, 11.28 cents. That's the beautiful type 1, type 2 return. You're back down there, but guess what? Pretty ugly. Pretty ugly collapse. I say even lower, maybe 8.5. But you're at that 11 cent minimum, and that was a great one. That was a great one. Come on back down, and maybe 5.4. If you wanted to look for massive opportunities, why not the hop levels? Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think we've been, since that 19.4 on Bitcoin, said just let that drop. Let that burn. That's what it's doing. And I think now you're going to see that because people are going to throw away stuff. A lot of the crypto people are going to come around to it and be like, all right, I got to take my tax. I got to take my losses now in this year. One or two more. I really don't want to spend too much time on it, but I think the only way these become opportunities, bargains, is where they go to pennies. Here's Cardano. Here's Cosmos. And we said it's either 11 or 8, and we said, or 9, and we said, yeah, probably more like 8.5. Well, there you go. Now we've got the Gartley off the low, retesting the zone. The hop, though, is 642. Again, though, look what the pattern did. It's a beautiful Gartley, and those kind of structures, they don't happen too frequently, but pattern forms there, and then you run into a counter HSI. You go down until you get another bullish reading or 642. So it's done. It's, you go to the hop levels on your patterns, and that's where you start looking. And until then, you just look. If you're, I know there's people saying, oh, it's, too many people are being bearish. There's too much FUD. No, there's not too much FUD. We got to get to hop levels. You got to get to 99.9% losses on your T coins. Practically bankrupt. One or two more. Here's crypto.com. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. I mean, it just nothing there. I go to a penny. Why not? There's nothing there. They're 20% of their reserves are SHIB coin. It's I don't know. You're going to go back and look at this and say, yeah, how come we didn't just like automatically know like 6 months prior to that this was total crap? So something like that, hop is at negative 0.04 cents. That's not where it's going to go, but a penny, why not? Penny would not hurt this at all. And then even some of the ones that some of the guys that are still all right. I can't even believe I'm going to bring this up. Something like Hex, the fact that this is still 2 cents. All right, it's not against any individual, but your hop level is just another look. It's another deep crab that failed. That your hop is at a fraction of a penny, and that's how it just works out. Hey, I didn't even look at the chat. What's big shout out to Mitch Ray, just came into the chat. What's going on, Mitch? Looking forward to having you down here. Mitch is coming down to Miami. We're going to have to do something when you come down. Absolutely. Mitch says there's too many people that think there are too many bears because of that. They're bullish. Exactly. Really stupid logic. I agree. And it also dismisses, like, what's the price? At what price do you think Bitcoin is a fire sale? Because if you're going to go through the cycles, they all did that. And again, I mean, Ethereum, to me, Ethereum above 1,000 after everything it's failed to do it's probably, just a matter of time before that breaks down. And I think you're gonna take that psychological 1,000 level out like you did back in June, but this time I think you're gonna just flush it. And so 323, why not? Oh, the thing I wanted to show really quick, the other possibility on Bitcoin. Look, I just want harmonic pattern possibilities, and I only want, I only want the catastrophe scenario for crypto before I go in from a harmonic pattern perspective. And so here's my thought. What if this bat pattern, and I've mentioned this before, needs a type 2? What if it does? What if that bat pattern, which was really a type 1, this is Bitcoin, you had the first bat in 18, beautiful type 1 to target 2, back down, but this one never got a type 2, and it blew up. What if that had to come back? And that's at 45.30, 45.32. Okay? That's where I think the big opportunity could be in Bitcoin. 4,500, that would get everybody out. Then you could build from there. I mean, you drop down into it, and again, a capitulation move would be fantastic, like you did there, and even you go back to 16. And let me show you that. Remember this one. Okay, there's the Gartley, the big Gartley from 2015 that set that off. But every time, every one of these had a major capitulations. I've said this before, 50% move into the low where you lose it, you lose 50%. It doesn't look like much, but that's where we are now. Again, a lot of that, like 2014, 2015, down into the new year, and then spend 6 months stabilizing. Bitcoin, something gives. Maybe you click down to 11,000 and then you drop and capitulate. Wouldn't that be a failed harmonic? Seems a little bit extreme in the past the hop level. No, I just think if these structures need to be retested, that's where you're, to get a level, to get a potential crazy target. I don't think 11,000 is a crazy target. I think 45.32 is a crazy target. That the longer this garbage continues, all the action we've seen, it's just a matter of time before the people that are holding on to those bags get taken out one way or another. And we're in the last 2 weeks of the year. Tax laws selling. Don't ever dismiss that. Mitch is, I'll get great one, Mitch. Mitch's 5-year lows on ARC. And we talked about all the numbers those innovation stocks have to retest. And they look like they're going to just kind of sail on through. Let me segue to ARC with coin. Coin is probably going under, folks. If crypto.com is doing what it's doing, and we've been saying all along 40, you fail 40, you had some things. Look, it's just another failed hop. Look, deep crab. And these situations take a little time to really kind of sniff them out, but the fact that you had the structure, and in this case, flush straight to the hop, that stuff matters. You stabilized, you did a nominal reaction, and you run into 1, 2, 3, not just one, but 3 bearish signals. And now we're failing. You know, the way you treat these scenarios, that they're completely, at here they're flawed. There it's flawed. There it's completely failed. You don't do anything until you see another bullish HSI or pattern develop or whatever, and that's a lot lower. Now there's a 4-hour. Just not much to go on in terms of if you were thinking you're bullish, and I heard Kathy Wood was, yeah. Evan just took the words right out of my mouth. Evan just chatted, said she's still throwing millions at it, buying this thing. That's how you go bust, quite frankly. Here's Mitch was saying ARC. Yep, and ARC is a big shark. Where'd it go? Where's that shark? Or no, this is a bat. But it's still a bat. Here it is with here's the problem. Like all of these patterns that materialized in crypto, and why should ARC be any different? This kind of looks like the Solana chart. There's your pattern completion at 47. And look, sideways for 12, 13 weeks. And then a bearish HSI. Breakdown, serial move. 15 maybe? Should we be looking for... Wow, it's maybe the next pop. Look to be selling the next pop, but this looks like it's going under now. And crypto does that. You know, what are we, lows of the year? I think we're lows of the year right now. 32.22. Yeah, we're lows of the year, all-time lows. Yeah, and again, maybe she needs to go bankrupt. Maybe that. Adam T says Credit Suisse is ruined. I agree. So these aren't good. The one we were looking for, that here's PayPal, same deal. We're still waiting for 2 bullish candles. And we mentioned this last week. There's our check back down here with there's the more appropriate spot for the confirmation. Beautiful type 2 bat. After a long decline, trying to establish some lows down here. You almost hit the all-time low of the year this morning. I would still need 2 bullish candles before I would even consider that or look at that. We've been talking about why that's so critical. This too could just kind of drift down to the hop level, 63, 64, and fail. I mean, believe me, these are not pretty charts for what you've done and continuing to kind of tail off towards the end of the year. There's your 52 weeks. Amazing. Well, there's 2 year. 52 weeks was there. Beginning of the year is here. and nothing on your weekly PayPal, still lower. I mean, I wouldn't want to fight that weekly trend at all. We'll get into those. Yeah, we'll go to Boyle. I'll go to Boyle in a minute. And that gas, they're checking back right on schedule. I'm trying not to get too depressive about these major retests and the fact that they're flirting with failing the lows for the year across the board. But I still say we'll get a few days of green candles if it's going to turn around, much like we did back here. And I think that's important to consider. We're down here. We're scraping the barrel. You know, when we were back there in June, it was, all right, we checked back 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10 candles, green candles in some consolidation. That's what I would expect for this over the next couple of weeks. But is that 68 or 63? I would be inclined to say more like 63. Couple of more before I jump over to stuff like Boyle, but I'm looking, but they're still lower. Here's Uber. Okay, Uber is it's a type 2 crab back down at 21. Now we're finally getting there. After it's back-to-back crab. You had a bullish crab to the bearish crab, does the 1-2 dance. Now lower to retest that support. Again, a lot of these will not even be a consideration until they generate a bullish HSI and plus 2 bullish candles. And you're like, that. You need to do that. The other one was Airbnb. And think of it this way. If you're looking for the bargain, the levels are lower. Airbnb, what is that? Oh, I know why. Sorry, I took off the shark. Here, let me select. It's a shark. There's a shark. $80.74, trading 86 at the moment. Beautiful back-to-back. I mean, there was a bearish shark back in September, right down to another bullish shark. Still need HSI. You're almost there. But again, I think that's over the next 3 days. Whole lot of these are just kind of flailing down here, getting close to scraping some super low levels. And I'm watching it. I just think it's, you're going to probably make a run at these hop levels. Really quick, here's SPY and the Qs, right on schedule with the shark. No confirmation, so we're still treating that as a reaction, but 379.06 is target 1 for the shark. Kind of did a dance. I would start looking for HSI in a few days somewhere down in here, but if we really fall off, don't be surprised to have this go as low as target 2. And that would make a run at the lows. Yeah, see, we never got above the 50. We pivoted back down. Getting close. 379 on SPY, which is great for 5-minute plays. Right now, look at that. Oh, I wanted to show 5-minute Gartley bullish for today at the hop level. 380. Let's come back to this in a minute, but just even if we could get today something like that and then down. That's the kind of chop that's going on in this market. Don't be surprised if we have a rally. Okay, later today, go to target 2 at 383, then back down. Oh yeah, let me pull up Tesla. I'll hit the Qs first. So here are the Qs on 5 minutes checking back, bearish right now, but daily time frame. This is on the TradingView platform, folks. And that's the one I'm going to go off of. It's a type 2 butterfly, by definition. So your 271.12, I wouldn't even consider that till 265, maybe as low as the hop at 256. It's begging for a retest of the yearly lows. And I think sooner than later. The last 4 days have been some of the worst action of the year, quite frankly. Mike W., do you have any year-end specials on software? Thursday, we'll do a holiday special on software and subscriptions. I'm going to give away a couple on Thursday, a couple of books, and I'll have a holiday special for the last week. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Victoria. Yep. The Netflix thing. On Thursday, we did a 2-hour session. And folks, I am considering doing more sessions like we did Thursday. Thursday was a scalp on Netflix. No follow through. Oh, here's another one, though, on Netflix. There's a type 2. Ooh, that's a good one. And you're +2. Check it out. We're a little late on this for a day trade, an option day trade. Thank you, Victoria. But this is great. Look, check back, hit it, green candle, go, breakout. We're actually, 287.69, not too far from the breakout where you should be seeing this go to target 2 at 292. That's just for today. So my thought is that I might just go to Tuesday, Thursday, guys. People need to let me know what you think about that. I know you got a great crew, crew that shows up 3 days a week. But for me, that might be better to do market overview and then do stuff like this, like Netflix. Let's take a look right now. Kind of a thin day. This week will be thin trading, so be aware of that. But let me just look at what's Netflix calls going for right now. Maybe go for the Fridays. Damn, the 290s are $5 asking. That's pretty steep. And I don't expect that to do anything more than like 292. That's a steep premium. The 290. I've got Fridays at, they're trading at 490 now. Asking 490. But I'm a little late on that move. I mean, I'm a late by like a point. I tell you what, the way to pick the strike on these 5-minute calls, and again, action is extremely light. So next week might not be the best for option plays because it's so light. You might get a dud move. But I'd rather shoot for the target 1. If I'm going to assume that any of these 5-minute plays are going to move, target 1's my minimum, even if it's a type 2. And so what's the closest strike? 290. So you want to be buying the strike somewhere in here for it to go to at least above, 290.53 is the target where I would expect that to go. And at target 1, usually that might be a good strike to use. Again, these are my opinions. This is not financial advice. And did you see my disclaimer? Please read the disclaimer. Thank you. Anybody from the SEC is here. We have a disclaimer. Thank you. Or CFTC. But I will have more on that. But that's Netflix is an interesting spot because price action wise, the last 5 days have been as ugly as possible. And if you continue to fail, interesting that, your check back is really 260 is where you have anything here. There's just really nothing in Netflix either way. NVIDIA, really quick, these high flyers, same deal. They didn't really register much. No HSI up here, daily or weekly, but they've been, the weekly, yes. Daily, nothing, but Still no pattern here, nothing really that would suggest it's going to take off, and the reversal candles we see might be the start of something. You know, if you get a reversal candle like that, like there, like there, like there, 2 down weeks in a row, well, you've got nothing but to retest lows. Yeah, I'm going to Tesla. Tesla's in trouble, kids. Tesla's got a hop at 119. Look, here's the Gartley. Remember the Gartley? 113 is the hop. I think that's where it goes. Like all of these, with these patterns that, you know, you sell off aggressively. The confirmation came in before terminal bar, but what happens after you try to stabilize? Nothing. It fails. You only need to use a 1 bar stop loss at that point. I think 113, you go to the hop. With all these other patterns that have gone to the hop, why not? Bearish and bullish. Yeah, we're going to put, thank you, Beast 618. We're going to put a lot of, we're doing updates on the intro video. More to come. Look, we know the big ones where they're headed. The last one I want to get to, which again is much the same way as this Apple. There's a little doodle I had. What if this is a massive breakdown on Apple? Now again, it all depends on the daily time frame, but if this is a big 1618 on Apple, that's 99 bucks. Here's the daily, and we will know soon. Okay, hop level 127. We're almost there. It's a type 2 off the bat. Let me clean it up. Perfect. I mean, this is reaction. HSI comes in, reaction over. It checks back 1, 2. Now type 2, 127.80. I mean, by Friday, this might be a good one. Give me 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, they're going to, here's a great 5-minute HSI. This is something where it's checking back. You have 1, 2 candles, and now this is rolling over. Back down. This could be a Friday call. I mean, see, you got Netflix that's flashing something bullish. Interestingly enough, there's no pattern on Apple, but the larger time frame's still down. And, you know, where you could target the hop, HSI still has to come down. You're oversold in the extreme. I mean, 127.80 would be the target by Friday. And the last several 5-minute HSIs, bearish there. And just draw them. Just draw the checkbacks and see what happens. Extended market hours. Clearly, this thing is just failing over and over again. Now we have a couple more right here at 133. Apple, all these trend lower. Netflix, that thing for the day. Let's come back to that. Okay, is this an opportunity to get long on the 5-minute Gartley here? Back to 290.53. That would be it. That would be it. Trying to rally off of that, but again, super thin day. The trigger on that was really right here. Above 287.80, or even on this close right here, 287. Yeah, 287.80. But maybe just a quick bounce to 290.53. That's a great day trade. Fridays was, Thursday afternoons that we were looking at was way back here. Was this thing. And look, remember that? We were scoping it right here, and it just did nothing. I mean, we scalped out, but did nothing. Yeah, there you go. 290.53 maybe. But I don't like what I see in the rest of them. Also, those QQQs for today, again, all of this seems to be rolling down for the week. MNOPQ. There you go. That's a major. Here's your 5-minute. All right, QQQ. 5-minute check back. This will be my last one for the day. This is a pretty nasty continuation setup right now. Check back. 1 bearish candle, 2 bearish candles. You got 2.5 minutes. Chris T is asking, do you have video explaining HSI? Absolutely. In the Discord, also in the video library. If we have that sequence video, that would be, if someone could find that sequence video and post it for them, I'd appreciate it. Super. Thank you, David. Perfect. So let's watch this because, look, if you're here, oh, did that just go bullish? What happened there? A little pop? All right, we're still waiting for that second bearish candle. But that next bearish candle on a 5-minute, look, that has a lot to do with what's going on here. All around 270, 270.93, call it 271. Basically where we are right now. But you need one more bearish candle. What do we got? We got 1 more minute on that one. Let's see if that goes bearish. Keep an eye on it. Let me see what that futures chart looks like. Here's futures. Here's NQ on a 30-second. Oh, but there's a 5-minute pattern here. I know this one. NASDAQ futures, 5-minute. Yeah, you have the same HSI. So this is, QQQ, same kind of a deal. There's the 5-minute. You check back 1 and 2. So for the futures, we did just register, and I would start looking now where this should roll over. If it's going to roll over and this is going to be a nasty signal, it's just happened about 2 minutes ago, at least on NASDAQ futures. Interesting to note, there's the first bearish HSI. Okay, but it checks back 1, and there's your second bearish candle. So the confirmation comes in a little bit later. All right, what are we doing right here for the futures around 11,235? Any 3-bar reversal, 3-bar breakdown? Not yet. But I'd be looking right here, just off of the HSI. Bullish crab on the 1 hour. Is that ES, Evan? On the 1 hour. Let me see. Don't have it. Let me go. This is a different platform too. The one thing I'm looking at on the 4 hour, which I'm glad I brought this up. Okay, so the futures, was it hourly? Yeah, there's not. HSI on the hourly is trying to give you an inflection out. Okay, but if that doesn't turn out now, and goes back in, you're looking at most of the day going down. There you go. And so you got to go top of the hour. That's not, look, this is a difficult read, but you're oversold on RSI amplified. It's triple confirmation right there. But that does not even start until maybe HSI can pop out. And if it doesn't pop out, you fail that low, you're just going to continue lower all day. I think that's why Apple and other things like that, where you have lower, yeah, where's the 5 minute now? Yeah, there you go. Starting to roll over on the 5 minute on NASDAQ futures. And QQQ probably just booked it. Hold on. Yeah, you did. No, you did not get the bearish candle yet. That was not bearish. Now you're bearish. Listen, you break under 270.69 for Qs. That's the go time. They have a pending bullish pattern on the Qs. On what? Hourly, Scotty? Or 5 minute? No, I don't. I'm thinking this rolls back down. I'm thinking this is a nasty HSI, 5 minute HSI. And we go to new lows for the day. Yeah. You know, again, where what's a 30-second setup look like? I love to run the 30-second. There you go. Goodbye. Oh, it's a deep crab. You're going to go back to 270. Say goodbye. Let's load a couple. Even to come back, look at that 30-second chart. You got to come back and retest that. Looks like this is going to run the lows. You want to run to the lows. Let's hold on to this for a second. Remember that. And this is just entertainment. I hope you find interesting and educational. But let's come back to this. It's all about that 5 minute time frame and each of these bars where you got the 1 and the 2 with the breakdown where the serial continuation should happen really soon. What do we got? We're 30 seconds away from that. Hold on. Hold on. Let me pull up this 30-second chart and run that with, okay, there you go. All right, now you're into that serial time frame. 5 minutes done. Hold on. Sorry, I just knocked out the microphone. So now you got your second bar. So there you're just into it now. And that's on the 5 minute. There you go. So that's the second bar. Perfect. $270.90 is HSI check back. And what's your 30-second doing? Nothing. You're looking for your 30-second to come back down and retest a minimum 11.28. This is just doing a big type 2 return. Stay with it. And the whole stop on that is right above this, above your prior high. So again, we're looking at this, just HSI perspective. It starts on that bar. Really started on this close, 270.66. What's going on, Vegas? Vegas entered the chat. There you go. Nothing yet. I mean, no, you actually didn't get a 3-bar breakdown. Was that close? Just barely. Plenty of time on this one. And again, you have a couple of patterns here where T2 off the ABCD is 1186. You got a whole bunch of patterns that have to get retested. You're just bouncing between a couple smaller ABCDs. What about that Netflix thing? Yeah, it's like I said, super choppy, super light. Let's see. Look at what Netflix did. Right to target 1. Okay. Right back to target 1 on Netflix. That's amazing. Perfect type 2. But I still think the Qs are going to roll back down and retest. And for Netflix, yeah, you're already in the overbought with HSI on the 5-minute. So maybe a little bit higher, but there's a 5-minute trade. But you're done. You're essentially done with that Netflix. Is HSI going to roll over on the 5-minute? Nope. Here, we'll watch these side by side really quick. Because Netflix just hit target 1 inside of, look, the 3rd bar, the check back, and the breakout. That's the 3-bar breakout. 1, 2, 3. And then even just go to a 1 as soon as that forms, either next HSI or a bearish 5-minute candle, and then you're out. That's about it. That was a good one though. But that's about all you really can assume. Maybe a target 2, wherever HSI comes in with target 2. This 5-minute NQ straight up off that 5-minute. There, this is what we were looking at. It's just going to break out. It looked like you had the perfect, no pattern here, which is you see the difference between when you have a pattern and you don't. Is that going to fail? Hold on right there. Oh, let me put the other one back to back. The Q is going up. I don't know. They're really pushing it here. Again, look at Netflix on the 5-minute. Getting rejected at 290.53. You don't really need to take much to see that thing roll back over. And again, as a day trade, that kind of rejection early, no thanks. You're pretty much done. I would be done there. 53. Yeah, and watch Netflix get rejected here. No HSI yet, but when you're looking at a target versus maybe an entry, you really just want to see what it does at the spot. I mean, you don't need to wait on that to be aggressive in the management. And if it can't continue between 290, 53, and whatever, then it's done. Hold on. But just to give you guys an idea, those 290s that we were looking at in Netflix at $5 are now $5.95 asking. You could probably unload it right now at $5.80. But that's it. Pretty thin. Yeah, really quick. This 5 minutes still looks like it wants to roll over. I'm a little sloppy there. Again, I'd rather have a pattern here. Is there even a pattern on a 30-second chart in that NQ area of 235? No. And it didn't come all the way back down for the return. Yeah, that's the problem with a thin market. Easily come back up, and then 11,201, that's the target. Look, if we're going to retest the bat pattern, 11,207, something like that, but we could screw around between 240 and 200. Look at Netflix. That was the preferred one though because of the pattern. No follow through there. What's HSI doing? Rolling over. So that's about done. You're 1 bar away and down from taking that out. Really quick, let's do that. Let's go to UNG. Enough of this. Nat gas is back down, but it's doing big things. Here you go. We're back down, retesting the zone, and now we're checking back. We talked about that. For nat gas, that is at 577. Okay, we hit that this morning. Did we? No. Really close. Yeah, there it is. So we have to come back down again, 577 for the official check back, and then 2 more days. We've been saying that since really target 1 got hit, and we're close. That sets you up with all of them like Boyle and UNG to look like this. Let's go UNG first. There you go. We're waiting for that level. That's 1778 on UNG to check back. And it's going to probably be down in this area as low as the hop level. But check back, hit it, and then 2 bullish candles, 2 bullish days. So forever, I've been saying 6 on the downside, 9 is resistance, $6 support on that gas. For UNG, it's like 18, 1750 to get to target 1, 25.96. And for those that are Boyle, we talked about Boyle checking back, and that's exactly what it's doing. Check back of that bar literally just hit. It just hit 30.04. Okay, we hit that this morning. 29.42 was today's low. So this should get us at least another 2 days. Look for this by Wednesday or Thursday. And maybe as low as 27 on Boyle. But that gives us the first, really the kind of the best setup we've seen since October's bullish setup, which was there. And that went from 33 to 57. This one could go from, 30, make a run back to the high 40s again, even in a reactive move. That's nat gas. Probably the best spot we've seen it. And right before the winter hits. So if we're going to get action in the winter, because those contracts, January, February contracts, as good as like August, September, Ocnovi. Ocnovi really a good spread on nat gas too. Jan Febs are also good. It's going to set up here this week, next couple of days. That's like crude oil, but slower. Look, here's crude oil. Daily time frame, I say 65. 65. It's actually the weekly. This is light sweet. Big bat pattern. Okay. This hop level's at 52, but why I'm saying 65, it's the all-time 382. Okay, looks like that. And 382 is, let's just draw that. So nat gas is, crude oil, 65.58 is the all-time 382. And we do have this weekly bat pattern that literally just completed. But why not go a little bit lower? And the 886 is at 70. Maybe we, like I said, come down into here and then set something up. But it's still lower. Hasn't really registered yet. Q's going up. Netflix going up. Yeah, the Q's broke above that 5-minute HSI. That's surprising. Yeah, not bad. But choppy. That's kind of choppy. It failed this signal, though, for sure. It failed that 5-minute. That's how you would read that. I would wait for a pattern. Wait for a little 5-minute pattern or something. I mean, the Netflix shows us the difference. There you go. I'd still be out of that. Look, even the trend line here on that 5-minute Netflix, you spend 15 minutes here. You could go there, but at this point, why not protect your profit? It's going to be a slow week. One or two more. This is, let me show the XLE. Because this is where the stocks are finally catching up with the spot price. There you go. XLE is actually a monthly chart, so there you go. Couple of, no, that's a weekly, my fault. There it is. Crab pattern, all at 90. And wasn't it ExxonMobil and Chevron? They're identical. Yeah, there's ExxonMobil. And take a look at ExxonMobil. So we had the 3-week breakdown right here. That's the 3-bar breakdown. That was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. I'd say get under 102. You start to set up to go to target 1. Sorry, under this 3-bar breakdown. Under 102 right there. This is still a type 1 reaction, but it shows you where a lot of these big energy stocks are. And again, Marathon. We talked about this. Down at target 1 already off the big bat pattern at 26, but still lower. You'd have to retest that. A lot of bearish patterns in that complex. One or two more. No, Deerin, I'm not answering that. How do we find the big? I answered that last week. Those low cap plays. Don't go looking for the low cap plays. Go looking for the big dogs. Setting up stuff that are like great 5-minute opportunities. Or the Boyles or Nat Gas of the world when they come in. If you really want to hit, you're looking for big moves. Okay, that what I just showed you on Netflix. All right, the 290s are now trading 605. Okay, but that's done. There's HSI. There's it getting rejected. But hey, we were talking about Netflix down here, and we were a little late. It was those 290s were trading for $5. So $5 to $6 in 30 minutes is, I think that's a pretty remarkable 20% move in a short period of time. Those are the big moves. So the couple of symbols you gave me, they're penny stocks. I wouldn't even consider them. I'd go with more stuff like this. Definitely. Just be mindful of that. Also be mindful that this is going to be a slow week. And that's another reason why I would say, even if I was traded at Netflix, I'd be out. I'm going to take a break and call it for lunch, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So that's what I have for today, folks. We'll be back tomorrow. Another extended session, but then Thursday, giveaway Thursday, I'll have the holiday deal on Thursday as well. Giveaway software and books. Until then, have a great one. Go get them. We'll see you tomorrow.